Hi guys, welcome to the Wealth Startup channel. We are a video book channel showing the topics about making money online with internet marketing. Please click the subscribe button to empower us to continue making more video books. Today's video book continues with the topic, How to Host a Webinar, Beginner's Guide to Webinars. In this video, we are going to talk about Chapter 5, Handling Queries. If you missed the last video, please click the link in the description to watch it later on, so that you have a full picture of understanding. If you also want to have the text version of this video book, you can refer to the download instructions that's stated in the description. Okay, let's get started. Chapter 5, Handling Queries. A big part of your webinar will be the question and answer sessions that you have. These Q&As are sometimes a major reason attendees cite for going to a webinar in the first place. Maybe they have a unique situation and they can't find an answer to their problem any other way, or they just don't understand and need something explained in detail. Whatever the case, you are almost certainly going to have people with questions, and the more you answer, the more willing your audience will be to come back for future webinars or buy products and services that you recommend. How many questions can you handle? This is the big question that any webinar host asks themselves when they begin thinking about questions. The answer depends upon how much time you are willing to set aside for questions and how quickly you can give answers. Someone who has 50 attendees is going to handle questions quite differently than the person who has over 1,000. If you only have 50 people in your webinar, then you can probably handle questions yourself, even throughout the presentation. If you had 10 or 20 times that number, you wouldn't be able to take questions throughout the presentation, and you might even be there for hours answering questions if you ask everyone to hold them until the end. If you do have a large number of attendees and you don't have time to answer everyone's questions, then consider getting a moderator to help you. A moderator has many jobs throughout a presentation. First, they can answer questions that they already have the answers to. For example, if someone asks what your website address is. Second, a moderator can hold questions one at a time until you are ready to answer them. Third, a moderator can weed out questions that have already been answered or are of a low priority, or just are not relevant to the conversation. Fourth, a moderator can prioritize questions so that you can answer the important ones first, like triage in an ER. Finally, a moderator can keep the audience company in chat, which makes your webinar a little more engaging. How to take questions. The decision on how to take questions from your attendees will depend upon your personal preference and what you have available in your platform. Most platforms come with a chat room where your attendees can type. Some platforms will even take care of the questions for you, sending them to your phone or someone within the platform so that you can answer them while you are doing the presentation. If you use a moderator, then you will probably have to add them as an organizer in order to field the questions, although some platforms allow you to add a moderator. The bottom line here is that how you take questions will specifically depend upon what platform you choose, and without knowing that, it is difficult to advise you on a particular method. When to take questions. Now you come to the question of when. When do you take questions? The answer will depend upon the number of people attending your webinar and your own particular style. Some people prefer to take questions as they move through the presentation, and others like to ask everyone to hold their questions until the end. Another style altogether is just to begin with questions and get them all, or mostly, out of the way. How to answer questions. When you answer people's questions, you want to make sure that they feel like you actually care about them understanding. So spend a little time with each question. For example, take a look at the example chat below, using our old friend Steve from the first few chapters, who is doing a webinar on niche marketing. Attendee 4223. My question is, how do I start an email marketing list? Presenter Steve. MailChimp is a good service. Next. Attendee 113. Okay, how do I start a niche website? I mean blog. Do I use WordPress or hire someone to make it for me or what? Presenter Steve. You can do either one. Attendee 4223. I still don't understand. I meant, how do I get people to sign up for my list? You see, if Steve were to actually answer questions like that, the people attending would feel as if they didn't really care about helping them, but was just trying to get through the questions as fast as possible. Here's what Steve should have done. Attendee 4223. My question is, how do I start an email marketing list? Presenter Steve. Well, are you asking how to actually collect addresses, like a service to do so? Or are you asking how you get the addresses in the first place? Attendee 4223. I guess both, but mostly collecting the addresses. Presenter Steve. Well, somehow, you've got to get people to land on a site where they can sign up for your email list. This is known as a squeeze page. You obviously need something to offer them, like a free ebook or whatever, to get them to sign up. As far as services, I like to use WordPress to build my sites, HostGator to host, and Namecheap is where I mostly get my domains from. Attendee 4223. Awesome, thanks. Attendee 113. My turn? Okay. My question has already sort of been answered. I didn't know what I needed to do to start a niche website, but you said what you use, so I'll try those things out. Presenter Steve. WordPress is great because you can have content online in very little time, and then slowly tweak the site the way that you want it, customizing widgets, sidebars, adding things, etc. I like HostGator because it's unmetered, and I can host as many domains as I want. And I don't really know why I use Namecheap. I think all registrars are pretty much the same. I just have always used them. As you can see, Steve was much more thorough the second time, and he actually made the attendees feel like he cared about their question and wanted them to have a thorough and complete answer. That's how you need to handle questions, whether you respond by chat or over your microphone. That's the end of this video. If you also want to have the text version of this video book, you can refer to the download instructions that's stated in the description. The next upcoming video will be talking about Chapter 6, Being the Best Presenter. See you in the next video. Thank you very much. Bye bye.